Archive's release date, a bunch of new achievements, even the return of the scanner item, a whole bunch of new information was revealed to us about upcoming Doors updates recently, and I've compiled it all for you guys to witness here. Essentially, Jasper, who is a pretty awesome Doors developer, recently did a Q&A session in the official Doors community server, and they revealed a whole bunch of stuff about the future of the game, as well as a potential release time period for the next major update, that being the room's overhaul. We have been waiting to hear about this for so long, and now we just might know when it'll actually come out. We have got a whole bunch of new, exciting things to discuss today. So, with all of that being said, let's begin. Alright, so I want to start this video with arguably the most exciting new piece of information, and that is a potential release window for the next major update, that being the archives. Essentially, Jasper confirmed that the next focus of development is going to be this archives update, meaning we won't get any batches before that update release anymore. The thing is though, Doors receives typically a monthly update, meaning if no batch is coming next month, then that month's update could very well be the room's overhaul. This means it's very likely the archives would come out sometime in March, which is around the time we've been kind of expecting it to release, given how it was originally planned to release in December, however it was pushed back due to the batch system. Now, take this release time with a grain of salt, as the update could always come out later. But still, Jasper's saying this is a very good clue that we will be seeing the archives sometime soon, which is pretty exciting. Moving on, the next thing Jasper confirmed regards a future batch update coming to the game. They essentially said how they want to make a batch solely focused on adding a whole bunch of new achievements into the game, in an attempt to boost replayability. I'm actually kind of excited for an update like this, as it gives players a reason to replay the game over and over by granting them a goal to achieve. I'd guess this type of update wouldn't include many new actual gameplay features, but hopefully players would look beyond that at the replayability value all the new achievements would add. We still don't know what achievements would be in this batch, but based on Jasper's message, I assume a lot would be included, so be prepared to spend a lot of time trying to get them once this update comes out. Of course, this would likely release after the archives since, as I said previously, no more batches will be coming out before the archives release, but yeah. Stepping away from that batch update though, another cool thing Jasper confirmed is a possible return of the scanner. If you recall, this item was the previous reward for completing the entirety of the rooms, all 1,000 doors. However, it was replaced by the Starlight Jug in the Floor 2 update. The tablet was hinted to return, but never has, but Jasper confirmed in this Q&A session it could possibly come back to the game as an admin panel exclusive item, similar to the knockback stick. If I recall, one of the main reasons this item was removed was that it caused a bunch of performance issues with the whole game, so if it did make a return it could receive some changes. I doubt much attention would be given to this scanner though, given how its functionality is already fine as is, and it would only be found in the admin panel, which means only a certain amount of players will be able to access it at all, those being the ones who actually purchase the Game Pass. Speaking of the admin panel though, Jasper also stated in the Q&A that they want to eventually add more scrapped items to it. This is likely referencing this image that the developers posted a long while back, showcasing a bunch of scrapped admin panel items, with one of them being the knockback stick, which as you may know has already been implemented as an admin panel exclusive item. The other items shown here consist of the candy bag, which was already implemented in the Halloween event, the rush jar, which is believed to spawn rush when used, a holy hand grenade redesign, which could very easily just replace the holy hand grenade already in the admin panel, a slice of pizza, which would probably just heal the player when eaten or something, and a drone, which we have no real idea as to what it could do. All these have the chance of being re-implemented as admin panel items in the future, which would be pretty cool, and it'd be great to finally get confirmation regarding what they actually do, as those descriptions I gave previously were just my speculation based on the item's design. Moving on, the next updates that were confirmed involve changes to UI. The first is that Jasper states how they want to work on a complete overhaul to the item skin inventory UI. This is actually one of the UI things which I think really needs a rework out of all the UI things in the game currently, given how inconvenient it is to access certain skins, given how you need to scroll for quite a long time to get to the ones at the bottom. I hope they make the new UI more compact and easy to navigate. Additionally, Jasper also stated that they want to update the settings menu to give players quote-unquote more control. I'm not entirely sure what this could entail, but just keep an eye out for these menus receiving a rework sometime in the near future, which definitely is pretty cool. I'd also like to mention that typically all the major updates include a UI rework, so this stuff could very well just be added to the archives update, which means we wouldn't have to wait long to see these new changes. Lastly though, the final thing from this Q&A I want to discuss in this video involves battle mode. As you may know, after the introduction of the battle mode queue, battle mode has made a resurgence in the player base, and the devs have been adding some quite exciting new content to it. Jasper mentioned in the Q&A how they want to add even more features to this game mode in the future, such as custom win screens and even more items. Now, given the nature of some of the scrapped admin panel exclusive items I mentioned earlier, it's possible some of these could actually be implemented into battle mode if they aren't just intended for the admin panel alone, but there isn't any particular confirmation of that even occurring. Still, battle mode is one of my favorite Doors game modes, so I think it'd be really great if it received more content sometime in the future. Obviously not now, since the archives is the main focus of development, but maybe after that update in a future batch. So yeah, that's basically everything I wanted to discuss today. We have got a lot of exciting news, such as how the archives could possibly release in March, the return of the scanner alongside the scrapped admin panel items, UI changes to the item skin inventory as well as settings, and even more battle mode content. Obviously, not all of this is going to release sometime soon, but here's to hoping it'll eventually come out, hopefully after the archives releases. So, with all of that being said, let me know down in the comments which one of these features you are looking most forward to, as well as if you really believe the archives could come out next month. I really hope it does, but we never know, it could always just be delayed again. Anyways, with all of that being said, thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.